Good evening. It is 7:30 and thank you so much for taking the time of your out of your evening to join me as I interview Dr. Kimberly Ellison. She is the B in the My Bad, the brand, Attitude and Destiny hashtag unapologetic, like I forgot, right? Um, Hashtag unapologetic. So she is going to be on in just a few minutes and is watching. Let me bring you on camera. Dr. Ellison is coming on camera and we are going to get started in a few minutes. Thank you all for joining. Hey, Dr. Ellison.
Hello, Yolanda. How are you?
I'm great. It's so good to see you today.
It's good. It is good.
I know you've had a busy day as usual because you're a busy woman. So I thank you for taking the time out to spend with us this evening. I don't want to take up
Yeah.
much of your time, but what I want to do is, first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who is joining us this evening for this awesome, I'm going to call this a teaser interview. And I also want to say thank you, Dr. Ellison, for your yes. I know when I first reached out to you, it was, yeah, what you need me to do. You never tell me no. And I like that. You know, I'm spoiled. I'm so
You know
spoiled.
what, Yolanda? It's all about alignment. When those things are in alignment, and that's when you say yes. When it's in alignment with what it is that God has you on, the mission, the call, and the platform in which He's called you to have influence and have dominion in that territory. And there's such an alignment with what we do that I totally am right there with you. I'm not on the sidelines. I'm in the game right here with you. So absolutely, it's a
It
yes.
is felt and it is greatly appreciated. And you know, I always give you your flowers as much as I know they're probably like, you get so you always tell me Dr. Ellison, so what? So what? You know, I just love me some you. So thank you so much.
Listen, I love you as well.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump right in. And again, my bad, hashtag unapologetic. It's going to happen on February 22nd and 23rd. We're going to be over in Dallas at the Le Meridian Hotel by the Galleria. We're going to do an overnight retreat. Just to give you some background, last year we did a workshop. This year we're doing an overnight retreat because we're just going to go a little deeper. I believe it was surface and it was a good start. But this year, for us to be able to have a smaller, more intimate group of women, and we can really dive deeper into those areas of brand, attitude, and destiny, hashtag unapologetic, it's going to allow us to just allow women a place to restore, refresh, rejuvenate,
Yes.
restart, all of that. So if you are logging in right now, if you're viewing this, I first of all, again, thank you for joining us. We won't be here long, but we are going to have some quick fun. And before I get started, I want to ask you if you are listening, if you are planning on attending the retreat, if you are interested in attending the retreat, it's my goal that by the time you hear this conversation that's about to take place, or this interview with Dr. Ellison, your mind will be made up.
Mhm.
My social media manager, Kendall, is on here. He's already posted the link. There's 5 spots left. Told you, 15 total, 5 left. And I do have an announcement I'm going to make at the end. But comment. I want to see some hearts. I want to see some likes. I want to see those questions. If you have a question for Dr. Ellison, please feel free to go ahead and ask because that's what we're here for. Now, mind you, we're not going to give them too much, Dr. Ellison.
Okay, I'll try to. When we
Okay.
get together, we make it
I know.
happen. So
I know.
try
We're going to give
not
them
to.
just enough. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. Dr. Ellison, really quick. I know who you are. Please tell the people watching who you are. Give a quick background, your quick elevator speech.
Listen, I'm a visionary strategist who really impacts. My passion is to impact your life in a way that helps you move from potential to achievement in the areas of personal, professional, and spiritual growth and development. I utilize strategies and solutions in such a way that it actually, when I say impacts kingdom and corporate and business, it all comes together and makes an impact for your life. And it's a life changing strategy that helps you become the best you that you can possibly be.
There were so many words in there. You said life changing, strategies, the best. Okay, all right, that's good. So here's what I want to do. Now, we already kind of prepped for this interview. So we're going to play word association. All righty.
Okay.
And even during this little session, word association, you don't necessarily have to say one word, but don't give us too much. Give us a
Okay.
teaser. Okay. So
Okay.
I'm going to say a word and then you give me something quick that comes to mind when you think about that word. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. The first word is brand.
Power.
Power. Awesome. Attitude.
Through the roof.
Through the roof. Destiny.
Purpose.
Purpose. Unapologetic.
Unleashed.
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 Just out there. Just free reign. Just go.
When you are unapologetic, you have walked into such a territory that you have unleashed everything on the inside of you. You've unleashed the gifts, you've unleashed the skills, the knowledge, everything that you have on the inside that you were created to do and impact and bring kingdom to the earth. You are literally unleashed to go out and then take dominion over the territory that you've been called to.
Okay. Now this is, we're going to ad lib some. It's not a part of it. So, and I don't want you to talk because my portion is unapologetic. So I need you to get back on the branding part. But I want to ask you this.
Okay.
Why do you think women don't operate with that attitude? Unleashed. Why do you think we are hesitant to operate on that level?
You know what? There's a couple of reasons. Some of the things is because we lack a confidence, and also we confuse our worth and value factor with experiences that we've had. And so, oftentimes, when we have experiences, we allow those experiences to determine our value and our worth, when our worth and value was already determined at the cross. And so, what we do is we then now establish a value system that is generated not by our value system is generated not by anything that has taken away from our experience, but everything that we've been called to do. And we confuse the two. If we don't get a job, if we do not get a promotion, if we're not in the in crowd, we start to chip away from our value. But when you really take a look at it, Yolanda, and those of you who are out there, the baddest thing about you is what you were created to do, and walking into your destiny and having an attitude and knowing your brand. And I want to stick, with the brand part,
Yes.
because when you know your brand, your brand, it took me years to figure out when people were talking about branding, what you're really talking about is really putting out into the earth and marketing what you were created and designed to do.
And we have branding mixed up. We think branding is only for celebrities. We don't understand that even we have a brand when we walk in the office every day, because the people in the office already know that your brand is don't talk to her until she's had her coffee. But that's what you have shown the people in the workplace. But what we're going to do at the retreat is we're going to go so much deeper than just this branding. I want us to go deeper to talk about who are we really? And you talked about, you said, who are we called to be?
Listen, Yolanda, here we go. I'm going to take it for where people can really understand where I'm called to is to be able to look at kingdom and also the practicality of that. So we'll understand what that personal branding is. What does it mean to brand your business? However, the foundational principle of branding is your identity. It is your Galatians 2:20. What you were created to do. The life you no longer live is not yours, but you live in the flesh is now by Christ. You no longer, now you're saying I walk totally in destiny. So your identity, your ID is innate, it's internal, it's in you. And
But
so you want to be able
I can't operate in my true brand because I'm too busy trying to be like somebody else. I'm too busy trying to wear my hair, walk and talk and dress and have a lifestyle, because the Joneses broke too while we're trying to keep up with them. Okay. But we're so busy watching somebody else. How do we disconnect from what the world is telling us we are and get back to what God has told us we are?
Listen, I don't want to give it all away, but I can tell you this. One of the things that we have fall prey to is social media. I love it, absolutely love social media. However, we can really have brand confusion and brand manipulation because we don't know our identity.
Yeah.
You do not know your identity, you walk in a place of a falsified reality and you create this world or this life that you want other people to perceive you as or that you become on social media. Here is the deal. We don't have to fall prey to the pressures because what you know is who you are and what you were created to do. You then develop your brand based off of your identity. Oftentimes people will ask me, how do you stay so consistent? Because I'm not building a brand, I am walking in destiny.
It's a
And
difference.
so when I'm walking in destiny, everything about who I am is in alignment with where I'm going. And so we really take a look at how does it align with what God has called you to do? When people say, well, why, what do you mean call? Here's the deal. When you talk about gifts, skills, experience, knowledge, the place and the thing that you have been created to do that no one can do like you, your unicorn effect, when you walk in that lane and you walk that thing out daily, you become consistent, you create a network, you then create strategies, build solutions, you become the answer for what the world has been looking for. And so
Consistent
that is
and
where it happens.
comfortable. When you're consistent and comfortable, you can walk in the room and own it. And you don't have to walk in the room with your head down because you know who you are and the presence and the energy and everything you bring to the room. We add value when we walk in the room if we know our brand.
Hey, I'll tell you, I tell you this, we as women, oftentimes we make it very difficult for one another, okay? Because we feel that someone else has established a standard. Well, I tell people, you are not the standard. Christ is the only standard. And this is not being overly spiritual or arrogant. It's just the fact that I can't make you the standard because we're the same when it comes to our imperfection. So we are not we're all imperfect. So therefore, I cannot make you the standard. Now, what I can do is have admiration for you. What I can do is admire some of the things and then walk in that honor as what you do. However, what I cannot do is make you the standard. And so when you think about admiration, we have to be careful because admiration and envy are first cousins. And so I'm telling you, they're first cousins. So there's a fine line.
If you all are watching this right now, and if you all, I'm about to take off running and I got to jump over my desk if I do. Y'all, let me see some likes. Let me see some hearts. Let me see some comments. Let us know that you are listening and let us know that what we're saying is on point. Okay, now, go ahead, Dr. Ellison. Let me ask you this really quick because I know, we can be on the phone and we can just keep going. But this is what I want you to do. If you could tell the women who are still trying to decide if they're going to come to this retreat, again, without giving away too much information, if there were 2 to 3 things that you want them to walk away with, 2 to 3 things, what do you really want the women to walk away with?
Well, first of all, I want them to walk away with a few things, but I want you to come with something. So first, I need you to come with an expectation that you are going to be different when you leave. And I need you to come with an open mind. And then I also need you to come prepared to be different, not be looking at everyone else and being comfortable. I need you to come with an expectation that when you leave, it's going to be so different that you won't even recognize who you are, because everything that's going to take place from the beginning to the end, from the brand, the attitude, the destiny, and unapologetically, you'll walk away with that being that woman. So I want you to be able to walk away with strategies. I want you to be able to walk away feeling more confident and not a false sense of confidence, but knowing that you are in a season of your life where this is exactly where you're supposed to be. And I want you to be able to be confident in that. And I want you to know exactly when you say, I'm talking about my destiny, we have an amazing lineup of women that's going to help you walk through this whole thing. It's a thread that's going to be so tight, you're not even really going to understand the tapestry that's going to take place. Okay, but I need you to really be in a place of being able to receive. And then I also need you to walk away ready.
To operate, you need to be ready that we've learned.
Really implement.
Okay.
When you walk away.
Yeah.
So and that's strategy, confidence, implementation.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is, ladies, I call them, even when I was praying about the ladies that I was going to put in front of you, I'm very particular. Okay, so these are not just three ladies that I pulled out of a hat. These are three ladies that I believe in. And Dr. Ellison, I always have to go back to my relay, my track experience as a 4x1 athlete, as an athlete in college. Dr. Ellison is our first lady. This is a 4x1 relay. Dr. Ellison is our first lady. She's going to talk about branding. We have Dr. Casey Fox, who's going to come right back with second leg. She's going to talk about attitude. Our third leg is Starlin Oliver. She's going to talk about our destiny. So, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to be the anchor. I was an anchor in college and even in high school. So it's going to be up to me to take that baton and take it on home. So please know that each one of these ladies are going to do so much work, because when we all get on there and pass a baton, trust me, we are going to win. And it's not just going to be a win for the four of us who hand the baton, because you're going to be in the room, because you're going to be attached to these intimate women who are going to be just 15. You're going to be in the place to be able to walk in, come in with a receptive heart. And I go back to what I was saying a few minutes ago, because what I said was, I call them impartation speakers. I didn't call them motivational speakers. I didn't call them inspirational speakers. I didn't call them transformational speakers. These are impartation speakers. That means they are going to take what they have based on what God is going to, we have been praying, we have been connecting. So they're going to take what they have and take and deposit into you and share with you. We're going to freely give to you. So ladies, if you're coming with a level of expectation, and I'm not going to say just expectation, a high level of expectation, I want you to come with the capacity to be filled, because oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay,
But
I'm
see, the
sorry.
thing is too, when we're talking about impartation, and I share this with Yolanda, and I always say that an impartation cannot take place unless the vessel is prepared to receive and
Yes.
change. Impartation means there has been a download, but there also has been a change in your spirit, man. Like you
Mhm.
receive it, and it changes your actions, it changes your behavior, it changes your mindset. You are no longer the same. So the impartation can take place at that moment, but it also can take place when you're driving down the street, because
Yeah.
then there's something that you heard that someone imparted
Mhm.
in you, and then now there's a change. So we can speak, but if you're not ready to receive and shift for that thing, then we have to let you know that I don't know about being in the place. You got to be ready to receive so that we can really help you get to the place. It's not, it's about my bad. It's talking about getting rid, eradicating, self-limiting beliefs. It's really walking in your full destiny.
Yes.
And we don't need, another, we don't want you leaving unbuttoned, where you get emotionally wired up, and where you move around and you're crying and your tears, but then there's no button up, that you
Mhm.
don't have that takeaway and what to do. So it's too many times, too often we go places and we're not buttoned up. I have a sister who, her name is Desiree. She always says, we don't need to leave people and they're not buttoned up. So we
Mm.
want to make sure that all of that
Amen.
takes place, the impartation takes place, but you leave with everything you need, and you're not wounded. You're not leaving, not being clear on some things. Again, I can't tell you how often we limit the power of God and what He's given us to do and the authority that we have, and we're going to walk fully in the authority that He's given us.
I am I am so anxious. I'm excited. And a couple of announcements. I was only going to share one, but I'm going to share two announcements. First of all, you all, on Saturday, I know I have shared with you all that I had a couple of sponsors. Well, just on Saturday, I had two more people reach out to me and said, Yolanda, I want to bless two women to come to your
Mm-hmm.
workshop. I also had someone to say, Yolanda, I'm gonna cover the dinner for the ladies on Saturday, on Friday night. So again, just on Saturday, I'm sitting here and I got a text message, I got an inbox and another text message. So in 90 minutes, so don't tell me what God can't do. So if He's making a way for us to be able to create the atmosphere for the women to show up, ladies, again, I have two slots available. And this is not just for anybody. If the ground is not ready for the seed to be planted, I would just go on past the video. Okay. But if you are ready to receive this impartation and have a life-changing experience, this is not just going to be any old retreat. We're not going shopping. We're not doing manis and petties. We're not doing facials. You might be real ugly by the time the night is over. So see all that cute stuff? We're not doing that. Okay? So that was my first announcement. My second announcement is this. As I know my gift of creating an environment to make women feel comfortable, I know that's a gift. I know I'm very engaging, and I'm not speaking out of cockiness. I'm speaking out of confidence because, like Dr. Ellison just said, I know my brand. I know my identity. I know where I operate at my highest potential. And that is creating an atmosphere for women to be able to openly and safely share. And because of that, I know there's going to be some things that we're going to talk about on Friday, February 22nd. So what I'm doing, my second announcement is this. I have a young lady that I have been able to make contact with a couple of years ago, and she has been such a blessing to me that I want to share her with you. So I'm already sharing y'all some of my three favorites. I'm gonna share somebody else with y'all. And her name is Dr. Nichelle Wall. Dr. Nichelle Wall is a licensed therapist. She's a licensed counselor. I'm going to have her post her information on this link so you can see. But guess what? Y'all think we just coming from a spiritual or professional one perspective? If you want to really talk and really get down to who you are and your attitude about who you are and the lies you've been told and the lie you continue to repeat and where you're going and how we keep apologizing for who we are and what we've experienced, Dr. Nichelle Wall is going to be in the place with us. Dr. Wall is going to be there with us.
Dr. Wall in the house, yes.
Dr. Wall. So again, this retreat is all of that. Okay, so those are my announcements. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, ladies, don't delay. There's only about 5 spots left, correct, Yolanda?
Yes, 5.
And so there's about 5 spots available. And so you want to go ahead. This will be different. It won't be per the usual. It's going to be such a awakening and a shaking of your core so that you can walk away ready and prepared to walk in destiny. I can tell you this. I'm in I'm telling you, a place of prayer for the women. I don't know what is going to happen. I'm just being so honest because this is such a space for women now is branding, and we have such a confusion about what that really looks like. And I can go a little deeper, but I'm not because this is just a little taste. But we get really confused, and the enemy is trying to rob us of our destiny. When he can rob us of our identity, he can rob you of your future. He can rob you of everything that you know that you have been called to do, or everything that you set out to do. When you lack identity, he can take you off course quickly. You'll begin to put other people before you. You'll begin to say yes when your yes really is no. You'll begin to do things and function out of habit instead of functioning out of purpose. We're going to really talk about how do we get to a place where we understand that our brand is our identity in Christ and who we are, and our identity is not up for grabs. And when we stop lending it to individuals and we stop lending it to the world and we stop lending it out freely, we'll understand the value and importance of what comes with our authority, what comes with our identity, and what we have been. When I say, here are the things we really need to understand is that our identity, it begins, like she says, I'm the first leg. And, oftentimes people get into the, how you first, second, how they go, here's the deal. You set the atmosphere. I got to come out the block ready. So when you talk about get it done, when I tell you that, y'all go and register. If you can't make it, support someone else. If you know the woman that she's going back and forth on, I don't know, you become the identity for your kids. You become the identity for your husband. You take on the identity of other people, your job, your profession. You take on these personas that you begin to now attach to your identity. That's not your identity.
Has nothing to do with us.
That's a part of you. That's a part of what you do, but that is not your identity.
And Dr. So let me interject right here. And all those things that you name, we take on all these identities. We're putting on different coats and jackets. So we can't, when we walk in the room, people don't know who we are because we look like all this other stuff. And they wonder why
Not
we
even
walk,
people. We don't know. It's not just the people. We don't know who we are.
and we walk in the room with our head down because we're so heavy. Okay.
But see, the thing is, when we leave, there's going to be such a freedom.
Oh yeah.
We're going to have such a freedom knowing that every part of and every experience built this brand, built
Yes.
every part helped build that place. And
Yes.
so we are not going to come walking away feeling ashamed. Again, you're going to be unapologetic, unashamed, and you're going to walk away unleashed.
Yes, that right there. So let's do this. Dr. Nichelle Wall, you are here on here. Could you go ahead and send and post your credentials and your information, because I want the people to understand what and who's going to be in the room. This is not Yolanda playing Ayala. This is not any of that. Okay. I need you to post your credentials, because with Dr. Ellison, with Casey Fox, who is a PR strategist, and she's going to be with us on Wednesday. So if you think this right here, you think this one right here is bad, Wednesday, Casey Fox will be here, and on Friday, I'll have Starlin Oliver. Dr. Ellison, before we go, I know you are very busy, and I know I am constantly watching you, and I constantly sit at your feet. Tell the people where they can find you. What projects do you have going on? What do you have that's in the works? How can do they follow you? How can the people connect with you?
Listen, you can connect with me every day on social media. So we could do Facebook and we could do Instagram, Dr. Kimberly Ellison, and on Twitter, I'm Dr. K. Ellison. However, go to my site if you want to see some of the amazing resources, some amazing content that I have for you that you can have at Dr. Kimberly Ellison. That's drkimberlyellison.com. I have some amazing things coming up, and we just ran an amazing strategy master planning session. And so I would love for you to go out and pick up strategy. It is your triple threat master plan where you are actually focusing on your vision, your self-discipline, and your self-development. I would love for you to take a look at it, purchase it, download it. It is going to change your life. It's a quantum leap into your destiny. And so I would love for you to do that. But most importantly, I want you to show up February 22nd and 23rd so that you can walk into a place and you walk out different. You won't even notice and recognize yourself, because all these different layers that we've been wearing are going to just fall off. All these different layers. And it's not going to be overly churchy. We're not going to be going there. It's not going to be no religious. This is going to be truly an experience that's going to shift you into a whole different place. I'm telling you, Dr. Casey Fox and Dr. Nichelle Wall, Starling Oliver, these women, it is amazing just to be on a platform with such a power and authority. And I'm just looking forward to it. And we want you to walk away. This is not just, this is for every woman. If you're in a season where you need to be elevated, if you need to be accelerated, if you're in a stuck place, if you unstuck but you ready to come unglued in a place like never before, this is for you. This is unapologetic.
Yes.
We're apologizing. And we're going to walk into. So I'm excited. Go ahead and register. I had several of you inquire about it, but go ahead and move from what think you should do. Make the investment.
Yes.
Make the investment.
We invest in everything else. We invest in everything else. We invest in hair. We invest in nails. We invest in shoes and another bag. We invest in everything else. I want you to invest in your development. I don't want to say spiritual. I don't want to say personal. I don't want to say professional. I don't want to say emotional. Invest in your development as a woman. That's what this is for.
All righty.
So let's do this. So Dr. Ellison, I appreciate you again. Thank you so much for your yes. I'm sending a big hug your way and all that other good stuff.
Yay!
I will see you on February 22nd. Make plans to join us on Wednesday with Casey Fox, the PR strategist, as we discuss attitude. And Kendall is going to post a link to register. If you want to, go ahead and get that registration taken care of. There's only 5 spots left. But again, I also have 2 spots that have already been sponsored. So now, if you can afford to invest in yourself, do that. If you want to be sponsored, inbox me. Let's talk. And I see Dr. Nichelle Wall has posted her credentials. So again, I want you all to know this is not just some Anyway, I'm done. I said we was gonna do 30 minutes and it is 8 o'clock.
Okay,
So Dr. Ellison,
All righty.
thank
Well, you all,
you.
it's been great. Thank you all for signing on. Again, see you on February 22nd and 23rd. Thanks again, Yolanda.
Have a good night.